What's up, everybody? It's Quadruple G. Now, we finally had a Nintendo Direct, and we should talk about it, or you guys need to strap in and listen. You guys can comment if you want and give your thoughts down below about what you guys thought about the Direct. I'm going to give you my thoughts, and this Direct was a highly anticipated one. I think some people had high expectations for this one. Probably was a detriment to you. And, you know, let's talk about it. So, for me personally, coming off of the Direct, you know, just first seeing it as a Xenoblade fan, don't really think that it was bad for me. Now, I've been waiting a long time for this next Xenoblade release, and that, for me, that was like the main takeaway from this Direct. Of course, there's other games, there's other things that maybe you guys liked. Once again, drop it down below, tell me what you guys thought. But for me, as a hardcore Xenoblade fan, Xenoblade Genesis is what they're calling it. It looks great, it's awesome. And so, and then you guys, we got all of like these upgrade packs for all of the games for Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, and some extra content. And you know, like I think my previous video about Xenoblade Chronicles X, like I said, I was kind of mixed, because what did they give you? Like 60 frames and like a little bit better visuals. I played Xenoblade Chronicles X Switch 2 Edition, which is, it's called Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition Switch 2 Edition, which is like, it's not a mouthful at all. And I gotta say that the frame rate boost is nice, but is it needed? No, it's not needed. Like I said, it played fine before. I mean, you could play it on the Wii U, and it was alright. You know, I think it looks better with Definitive Edition, obviously, but do you need it? No. And it's kind of the same for me with the upgrade packs. Like, there's a new hero, and there's some new modes. I'm not going to go off everything exactly. So if you guys want to figure everything out in detail, you guys should go to Nintendo website, or maybe watch another video. But I'm going to tell you what I know. There is some new hero, new challenges. There's like a Xenoblade 1, there's like a motorcycle or like some sort of hovercraft or something you can use to get around faster instead of swimming everywhere, because swimming did take a long time in Xenoblade. But I mean, it's an RPG, you know. Didn't really bother me that much, to be honest. I mean, it took a little bit more time, but you know, where are these crafts even coming from? Like, I don't even think there's anything like these crafts, you know, in any of the games, to be honest. I think it's kind of like the motorcycle in Breath of the Wild. It's like, where did that come from, you know? I didn't buy that DLC, by the way. I'm good on that. But yeah, so I think everyone says that the Direct opened kind of weak with Rhythm Heaven Groove, or whatever it's called, and I think that game looks really fun. It's good fun, you know. I don't really care if it's for Switch 1 or Switch 2. It's a game that's releasing. So for me personally, a lot of people are being nitpicky about whether something's coming out for Switch 1 or Switch 2. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. You know, all I care about is what games are coming out. Is there anything good? And the other, let me just go through some of the major ones that I remember, because I'm doing all this off the top of my head. So the major ones, obviously Xenoblade, like I talked about. Genesis is the new game in the it says Xenoblade Chronicles. It's not called Chronicles anymore though. They dropped the Chronicles off. It's just called Xenoblade Genesis. So let's talk about that. The Klaus trilogy is probably done, right? Because it ended. I think the creators have said that it ended, and I think, will they connect anything from the other games? They probably will, because there's little tidbits in like Xenosaga and stuff like that too. As far as like the core crystal and stuff like that, and there's other things in there too. Obviously the characters are in Xenoblade 2 and stuff like that. But yeah, like, who knows what's gonna happen. The game looks great. It looks big, it looks expansive. And as I'm talking to you guys, I'll probably throw up some trailers and stuff like that, whatever's relevant to what I'm talking about. And yeah, I think Xenoblade, it's gonna be a good game. I mean, I think it's gonna be a good game. I think Monolith, they do things right. They do things very well, and the creators and writers of Xenoblade are very smart people. They know how to write story, and I think they do a good job. The only thing, like, I didn't like about any of the Xenoblades really was, I think in X, just the multiverse theme. For me, whenever a writer throws in a multiverse theme, it kind of weakens story in a lot of ways, because then there's like infinite possibilities in whatever you can do. So it kind of cheapens the storyline. It kind of cheapens the it just kind of cheapens the whole thing, you know, by you know, putting a multiverse, which I think for Xenoblade and the writers makes a lot of sense, because it's based, you know, a lot on philosophy and stuff like that. And you know, like the Flash did that. I don't know if you guys ever watched the Flash or read the comics or anything like that, but there was a big multiverse thing in there. I don't really like it, because I mean, you could take the story literally anywhere you want, and I think there's no consequence. It's kind of like Darth Maul in Star Wars. It's like that the dude never dies, or Reva. You know, it's like, gosh, they just cut their arm off, cut them in half, whatever. It doesn't matter. They're gonna come back to life. You know, it's like it kind of cheapens it a bit, you know. And for whatever reason, the directors or writers are doing that. I think they need to stick to original stories, and they need to stick to like one solid story. Maybe at the end you can have a big reveal or something like that, which is kind of, I guess, what they did in X. The Xenoblade games are really good at dragging you along for a while, and then, you know, towards the end it gets really crazy. There's a lot of reveals, and yeah, some huge monster, you know, or some huge mech or something. But yeah, so honestly though, like, I think overall it's pretty positive for me. And for me, I love the Xenoblade, Xenosaga games, and I haven't played Xenogears. But yeah, they're great, and I think you guys should go play those remakes, you know, the packs that have come out. That's just what I think about that. But going into this direct, I think, besides the Xenoblade thing, which is a complete surprise because I wasn't expecting that, what I was expecting from this direct was a bunch of remakes and remasters and ports, like third-party games, ports from other consoles that weren't yet on the Switch because of the demanding requirements for the software and the hardware. And I think we got a lot of that. in this direct. We got a lot of remakes and remasters. There's like Devil May Cry is coming out. You know what? Let me just bust out a list real quick. Let me see. Let me get a list for you guys, because I feel like if you guys are chilling with me, you guys are hanging out with me, I think it's only right. Let me get a list for you guys. I'm sorry. I should have had this ready, but you know what? We're doing this live. We're doing this live. This is legit. This is like we're hanging out. It's like we're hanging out. Let me see. No sound, y'all. No sound. Oh, come on. All right. So, let's see. There was a... Alright, so I'm reading this this IGN article, which I don't like IGN at all. I feel like the way that they threw it together was it's kind of backwards. But anyways, so maybe we'll just start with their list, because I think it'd be better for you guys to hear, you know, just everything. So there's a Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. Now, like I said, a remake. So I was expecting that, but you know, I think we have to see. I think a lot of people were really mad about the way that Nintendo did this announcement. For me personally, you know, I'm okay with waiting for it, you know, but just to kind of see, like, you know, but this is what nobody's talking about, is 2026 for this game. It seems really soon, you know. I don't know how the gameplay is going to be, and because like I said, they didn't show anything. All they showed was just Link laying down, like a little bit of some scroll, like they showed the Great Deku Tree, like in a drawing, and then there's Link laying down. I don't even think you saw Navi, you know, but yeah. So I love this game. I played this game when I was a kid, when it first came out on the N64, and I beat that game multiple times. I played on the 3DS, and I love Ocarina of Time. I think Ocarina of Time is one of the best games ever made, and anybody who's young, who is watching this right now, if you don't say that Ocarina of Time is one of the best games of all time, I think you're honestly, first off, you're wrong. You're narrow-minded, and it's okay. You know, you're young. You know, I'll give you the pass for that. But you know, I know your brain doesn't fully develop until you're 25. So you know, Quadruple G, we'll give you the quadruple pass for that one, dog. But yeah, bro, I think there was a lot of things that it did right back in the day, and it was a first 3D Zelda game, so you kind of have to take it as that too. But play the 3DS version. If you don't want to play N64 version, play the 3DS version. That version is great. I think they did a great job. Majora's Mask is also on there on the 3DS. I think they have on the GameCube as well. I think there's like a pack with like a GameCube Ocarina of Time version on it. So yeah, if you have a GameCube, 3DS, or obviously an N64, put it on there. I'm not sure if it's on NSO. Like I said, I've talked with you guys multiple times. I don't like NSO, so I'm never gonna get it unless, I don't know, it's like the last possible thing on earth or something. Okay, so what was the next thing? So people talked bad about that release because it just said 2026 and it was just like no gameplay or anything. And I think people were mad about that. And I think, yeah, if you're gonna show a game, if you're gonna try to actually create some hype, if you're going to try to, I don't know, like hook people in, I think you do need more than like a screenshot, you know, like one CGI rendering. I mean, freaking Knights of the Republic remake had more than that, you know. So, I mean, it was a little bit more than that. At least it had some movement, you know. There's like nothing. There's like a map and Link laying down, young Link laying down, and I don't know. I tend to agree to a certain extent. You know, for me, I think it does create some hype. So I think, you know, there's that factor. But also, yes, you should have showed some gameplay. I think everybody was waiting for this Direct for a long time. I'm going to read the list. I'm going to go kind of quick with some things. But there was just a lot to be desired. You know, there was a lot left to be desired. And I think, you know, Nintendo could have done more with this one. But next was Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm just going by their list. Honestly, I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game. There's 1 through 3 now, the collection, physical on the Switch 2. So I guess I could try there. But yeah, I mean, with Xenoblade Genesis coming out, I'm probably gonna revisit those upgrade packs, especially Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I think that's my favorite game of all time, I think. But yeah, right now I'm playing Xenoblade 1 again. So I'm actually taking a break for you guys to talk with you about this Direct from Xenoblade Chronicles 1, the Switch 2 edition. So you're welcome. You're welcome. And if you're watching this, you're taking a break too. So God bless you, bro. Let me see. Yeah, that was pretty much it for Kingdom Hearts. I don't know anything about, I think his name is Sora. And yeah, if you guys are hyped, that's awesome. I think it's cool for RPG fans so far, right? Like, you got action RPGs, right? Xenoblade Genesis, you got Zelda, you got Kingdom Hearts, and a new release, which is awesome. You got a Switch 2 got Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. I never played that game, but it looks awesome. You got Minecraft, which is I don't like Minecraft at all. I don't like Roblox either. You got Splatoon Raiders, which I think Splatoon Raiders, I watched the Treehouse as well. I probably should have let off with that, but I watched the Treehouse as well. I'm working on this stuff, guys. We're hanging out, yo. We're hanging out. But the Treehouse was pretty good. You know, they showed Star Fox, Splatoon Raiders, and the new Rhythm Groove Heaven, and I think they all looked good. Like, personally, for me, like, I think Star Fox on the 3DS is enough, but it looks good on Switch 2. There's nothing wrong with it. I think if you're hyped about Star Fox, I think that's freaking awesome. Splatoon Raiders, actually, this is the only Splatoon game that I've really taken interest in. I have Splatoon 2, but I don't know, it's not that fun for me, personally. I think Raiders looks more fun, just that mode, just that constant stress, you know, that horde mode. I always liked horde mode with gears and zombies and stuff like that, so Raiders looks cool. It looks like a lot of fun. I did play the demo of Star Fox as well, so yeah, I can tell you guys that I have played the demo, and it's great. I think Star Fox is great. Go download the demo and play it for yourself. It's really short. It's only one level. It's like the Meteor one. I think they call it Mateo or something like that. Meteo. I don't know what they call it, but and then they have like a prologue or something like that, just like an intro cutscene. And yeah, Star Fox, it controls well. It's fun. Like there's an easy mode if you want to play on easy. The characters are fun. I mean, some people are complaining about the characters. Personally, I don't know. It's whatever for me. But anyways, Star Fox looks good. I think for $50, why not? Dragon Quest Monsters: The Withered World. I've never played a Dragon Quest Monsters game. I played Dragon Quest before, but not a Monsters game. If you guys like that, I think I heard someone call it Dragon Quest Pokemon or something like that, because it's pretty much the same thing. But I think you combine instead of evolving. I don't know. The Dust Bloods. Okay, so this was another factor in the Direct where some people were kind of mixed on it, some people were not. You know, they're positive or negative is what I'm trying to say. For me, I think it was a positive thing because the Dust Bloods is coming out and they have this like closed beta or something like that. It's closed network test this summer, but there's no release date. But it's exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 in 2026. And I think there's a high possibility of this game getting delayed as well. Just from seeing like this network test, it could be another 6 months out from there. So, you know, it could be delayed a couple months, possibly a few months. That's what I'm guessing. But I don't know how FromSoft does their stuff usually. So they may have all their stuff on time. Sorry, I thought I heard someone outside. But yeah, they may, you know, be on time with all their stuff. I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, I think personally for me, it's pretty cool that they are having like a network test. Like, you gotta, like, just from what we've said already, right? Like, you got a bunk release from Zelda, right? You got Xenoblade Genesis, a brand new Xenoblade game that's coming in 2027. You got 3 like upgrade packs for all the Xenoblade games. You already got one for X, so I think that's awesome. Like all the Xenoblade games are covered on Switch 2 already. Maybe they just have to patch it or something. I'm not sure. You got Kingdom Hearts 4. You got the Kingdom Hearts 1 to 3. You know, you got Splatoon, Raiders, Minecraft, Warhammer 40,000, the Dust Bloods, you got Dragon Quest Monsters. Like, personally for me, like, you're getting a demo, you're getting, like a bunk, like I said, a bunk preview, you're getting longer previews, you're getting remakes and remasters and upgrade packs. The only thing they didn't really have at this Direct was like anything for NSO. Like people were complaining about the GameCube stuff. And I mean, personally for me, I hate NSO. So just them delivering games is good. It's a good thing for me. Final Fantasy, I'm gonna keep going. Final Fantasy Resonance, an HD 2D remake of the first Final Fantasy. Awesome, dude. If you're an RPG fan, you're freaking eating good right now, bro. And I'm so hyped for that. I started playing. I did the demo for Elliot, The Adventures of Elliot and the Millennium Tales, and it's pretty fun. I mean, it's nothing like amazing, but it's fun. Like the weapons are fun, the combat's fun. It's an HD 2D. Like some people liken it to like Secret of Mana. You know, the Mana games, stuff like that. And I haven't played the Star Ocean game yet. I have to do that for Switch, but yeah, I think it's great. Like, if you're an RPG fan, this is great. I love HD 2Ds, and for me, they're beautiful. Like, no matter what the look is. Sorry, guys, hold on. I heard someone complaining about if they were front to back or side to side or something like that. Who cares, bro? Honestly, who cares about that stuff? Like, you can have that, bro. If you make an HD 2D game and you make it well, it's gonna be great. Sorry, y'all. I just did some cleaning in here, and I think some of the dust is still probably flying around. I like how IGN says Star Fox free demo. Like, what else is it gonna be? Like, are we gonna have to pay for a demo? Like, I've never even heard of that before. Like, you're paying for a demo. You can pay for early access to a game, like, you know, you're getting the game like 2 weeks early or something, but free demo? What the heck is that, IGN? You guys are, I don't know, man. You guys are ignorant. Nintendo Switch Sports Resort. Now, this one, I think it's pretty cool for me. I didn't get Nintendo Switch Sports, so Nintendo Switch Sports Resorts. They should have called it Switch 2 Sports or something, but I don't know. It's fine. For me, it's fine. I honestly, bro, I don't really care. I think I love the Switch Sports. I love a Wii Sports. That's one of my favorite games of all time. It's just so much fun, and I think the Switch Sports Resort is gonna be great. That's, you know, like I said, another first-party game. The only thing in this trailer was, in this direct, was they focused on this, what's his name, Yamasaki or something like that. He did like the thumb wrestling, and it's like he spent way too long doing the thumb wrestling. I'm sorry if I butchered that dude's name, by the way. I wonder if it's here. Let me see. No, it's not. It's not. Okay, alright. No, that's good. That's good, y'all. We'll be hanging out. We're hanging out. Xenoblade Genesis, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles Nintendo Switch 2 editions. So let me see. So yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Nintendo Switch 2 edition was out the day of the direct, so it's already out. That's why I've been playing that one. Switch 2 editions of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 3 will be available July 30th for 2, yes, and December 3rd for 3. That's awesome. For me, Xenoblade 3 was a great game. It was definitely up there for me. It was a great game. But I would probably hit that one up last, just because I think the story was epic in 3. Like the storyline in 3 was just crazy. The way they combine all the stories and just Klaus and everything. It was awesome. But yeah, anyways, so there was a little bit more information about that. There was a game called The Big Walk. I don't know, they look like little penguins walking around, and like, I don't know, you just do different things together and just hang out with your friends, your penguin friends, and it looks like fun. My daughter really liked that one. August 4th for that one. Devil May Cry 5, like I said already, it's the Hunter Edition, and that's coming out on June 23rd. And it's gonna be 60 frames in TV and handheld mode. That's what I like about the Switch 2, is that, like, in handheld mode it's still gonna be full HD, and it's gonna be 60 frames, which I think is awesome. There's caveats to that. Like, the Switch 2 is not a perfect system whatsoever. It's an affordable system, and it's a good system, but it's definitely like, sorry, I'm trying to move this around here. There we go. Okay, I don't want that to fade out. Got the PS3. We're hanging out in the garage today, man. We're hanging out in the garage, chilling. But yeah, so there's the other thing is with the HDR. I'm gonna do a Switch 2 review, guys. I'm gonna do a Switch 2 review. It's gonna be a long video, just us chilling and hanging out, talking about the direct. A little bit more long form and just more complete thoughts about things, and I want you guys to chime in too, you know. Devil May Cry 5, it's awesome. Lies of P, complete edition, August 6th. I think that's great for people like that. Wants a couple third-party games, right? A few third-party games with the, what's that one thing called? Walk. The Big Walk. Big Walk. It's just called Big Walk. Lords of the Fallen 2. Never played that one. It just said this fall. Never played any of those games. Lord It says Lords of the Fallen. I think it's Lords of the Fallen. IGN. Y'all ignorant. You gotta fix your spelling, homie. Y'all ignorant. This game looked cheap. I didn't like this one at all. Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivation. I'm good on that. Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC. Now, this was something that people complained about, like I said, for this direct, which was that there was no, like, there wasn't a lot of first-party content. But I just named off to you a few things that were first-party content, right? This is another one. Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC. And it just has the Mario Brothers, has like some little stuff in there. There was literally no other Mario games like whatsoever. Like Mario was not in this direct at all, apart from this Bonanza add-on. And I think for 40th anniversary of Mario, like to come out with a Yoshi game, a remake of Galaxy and 1 and 2, right? They're like remasters, I guess, of 1 and 2. They're not remakes, it'd be more remasters. What else they do? Some content for Wonder. And like obviously the Mario Party Jamboree DLC and stuff like that. I don't know. For me, you know, it was kind of lackluster a little bit. I saw that they were doing some concerts and stuff like that. I'm not really into that stuff, man. You know, if Nintendo wants to do that, that's totally fine. But for me, it wasn't hitting this year as far as like an anniversary for Mario. Like they didn't really do much. This was literally the only Mario thing. If you were expecting Mario this direct, there was literally nothing. So what are like the major tentpoles of Nintendo? It's like Metroid, Mario, obviously Zelda. They got Splatoon, they got Xenoblade, right? They got you know, any of the Mario characters like Luigi, Princess Peach, right? Like Smash Brothers is a big one. Mario Kart. I don't know if you would consider like the Mario and Luigi series, like Brothership, for instance, like a tentpole game for Nintendo. Fire Emblem, which is we're gonna come up to that in a second. Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of stuff here with this direct. I mean, Dragon Quest, right? Dragon Quest is a big one. Like they have games like Mother that they're not doing anything with. Yeah, Pokemon. You know, if you want to say that they didn't have anything here, I think that's a little unfair, because I have heard some people say that there wasn't a lot of first-party content, and I think if you look at the Switch 2 as a whole, like Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, you got a lot of third-party games. The stupid game key cards coming out, right? You got a lot of like Final Fantasies being remade. I think Final Fantasy X and X-2 were going to be put on for the Switch 2 edition. Yeah, you got Bravely Default remake. Like you got, you're getting some good stuff on the Switch 2. Like obviously you're going to be getting Fire Emblem pretty soon. You're going to be getting Xenoblade. You know, there's no new Mario game, but yeah, you got the Mario Kart, and you're getting a new Switch Sports. You're getting Splatoon Raiders. You got Pokemon Pokopia, and I think Winds and Waves is coming. I think that's what it's called, Winds and Waves. I think that's coming next year in 2027. And yeah, I mean, we have to see how these games are going to play out. But honestly, for me, I don't think an Ocarina of Time remake is like something that is gonna, like, if I didn't have a Switch 2, for me the only game right now that would really make me want to get a Switch 2 would be Xenoblade Genesis. And obviously the remake packs are probably what I'd go for. But other than that, I have not bought any Switch 2 anything. Like, you know, like Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS is so much fun. Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart 8. I have Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. I didn't even play that thing on the Switch. Like, they're great games. It's just that they're Mario Kart. It's, you know, there's not much to it. But, anyways, I think, like, let's continue on. They got Deltarune. I'm not into Deltarune. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. It seems cool. September 17th. So they have a release date. Okay, so I think that's what was the negative part about this direct, was that Fire Emblem is $80. Sorry guys. $80 for Fire Emblem. Like, for me, like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was $60, and if you bought the DLC, it was $30. But you got like almost a whole nother game in Future Redeemed, and like Torna was awesome. Torna was so great, and then Future Connected, you know, similar length as to Future Redeemed, I think. But yeah, and then X, right? You have X, but how can I say, those I feel like were worthy upgrades, worthy DLCs, and you have to pay for them, yes, but I think it was worth it. But yeah, it's like $80 for a Fire Emblem game on the Switch 2. I think some people potentially might not buy this game just because of the price. $80 is a lot. Like I have held off on every other Switch 2 game because of the price. Like, if I could buy a little upgrade pack and I still have my Switch 1 cartridges, I have everything physical, that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I think unless I'm a really big fan of something, I'm really considering buying Xenoblade. I probably will buy Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Switch 2 edition, but I'm not gonna buy X or 1. Like, I already have those games. I have X on the Wii U. Like I don't, you know what I mean? I have Xenoblade Chronicles 1 on the 3DS and the Wii. And I'm gonna buy Switch and Switch 2 editions. Like, I'll just get the upgrade pack, you know? Like, it plays fine on the Wii. I beat it on the 3DS, guys. Like, that was my first experience with Xenoblade. And funny story about that, because we're just hanging out, is I didn't like Xenoblade at first. I think, like, the heart-to-hearts and just in the beginning part of the game in Colony 9, I was like, what is this? Like, you know, what are we doing here? There's like a mysterious sword, and then, you know, like I didn't like the intro with the Titans fighting, and I was like, what is this? Like, you know, I didn't get it. Like I was like, where am I? You know, but dude, I gave the game a chance, and like honestly, sorry guys, the throat is like really scratchy right now because I cleaned it here and like all these particles like hitting my throat. Anyways, yeah, I went on a total tangent there, bro. $80 for Fortune's Weave. I think, man, that's a hard sell, bro. That's a hard sell, man. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Pokemon Go Pokopia DLC. There's like this underwater section of the game where you could build underwater, and then there was some like Pokemon at the end swimming through the water. I don't know what it was. I haven't played Pokemon since like gold version, so you know, I'm pretty good on Pokemon. But I played like red, yellow, blue. I played the advanced ones like Leaf Green, Fire Red, and all that stuff, and gold and silver versions. Those were dope. And I played obviously on the N64 like Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap, games like that were great. And yeah, I haven't really played Pokemon since, but it's exciting for you guys if you guys like that. Some people would say that DLC for Pokopia is fine, but where is the DLC for Mario Kart? I don't know. You know, not Nintendo. One Piece Grand Gourmet, that game looked really cheap and generic. Rayman Legends Retold, third-party game. I've never really played Rayman Legends, but it's going to come out on October 1st. Orbitals, it's a co-op game with like an old 80s style anime look. That one's going to come out on September 3rd on the Switch 2. I'm not going to buy that one. Stellar Blade, like that game looks dope, but I just think like she needs to put a little bit more clothes on, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Christian guy, man. I'm a Christian guy. I'm not saying like, you know, I don't like what these left-wing developers are doing. Like, obviously, me being Christian, like, I'm totally against all these LGBT, like, you know, like freaking snowflake, you know, like pushing all their agendas and stuff like that. Like, I'm not into that stuff at all. But like, and I think, you know, you guys play it. You guys tell me how it is, man. You guys tell me. Like, if Switch 2 comes out with like I think for Bayonetta 3 they had that witch mode where it was like innocent witch or veiled witch or something. I can't even remember. That's cool, you know. That I'm interested in that. You know, for me, I'm more focused on gameplay anyways. I'm more of a gameplay guy. So if you have good gameplay, like I'm in, bro. But yeah, Stellar Blade is gonna come out some point in 2026. It says. Cool. Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen. I haven't played these games at all. Yeah, October 9th. Onimusha Way of the Sword. This game looks dope. September 25th. I haven't played any Onimusha games, so that'd be cool. I think there's a demo on PS5, I think. So, Rhythm Heaven Groove. This is a first-party game, and I think it's awesome. July 2nd, like. I don't know, my son was cracking up at this game. He was just totally laughing, you know, just, yeah, and then I think, when I was watching the Treehouse, you know, and I think it looks fun. I think it looks fun. For me personally, you know, I think it looks cool, man, you know, but yeah, so what did we get? Like maybe five or six first-party games, and we probably got around, you know, maybe 10 third-party games or whatever. Like, I don't know. I think if you like like Xenoblade RPGs, I think you're gonna be eating good. But if you don't, or if you're partial, or if you've already played all the old games that are coming out that are getting like ported to Switch 2, like as third party, then I don't know, like there probably wasn't a whole lot for you in this direct. I think maybe Switch Sports and Switch Sports Resort or something. But you can't really say that this was a bad direct. I think what you can say is, if people do play the Switch for their first party games, I think what you can say is, and I'm wrapping this up, guys. I'm wrapping this up. I think what you could say is that they, I don't know, they didn't really deliver as much, like, as, you know, as you possibly could. I mean, like, some people are complaining about Mario Kart DLC. It's like, okay, if that was in there, would that have made it, like, more complete for you guys? Because for me personally, like, I don't think so. You know, I think Mario Kart DLC would just be annoying, to be honest. It would just annoy me. I don't care about Mario Kart like that, you know? So, I mean, if you guys like it, that's cool. For me, I don't really care. I think, what else could they have had? You know, they've had Mario Kart, they've had Donkey Kong, They have an Ocarina of Time remake. They've got Switch Sports Resort. They got Rhythm Heaven. They got Splatoon Raiders, Dragon Quest Monsters. What else did they come out with? There was another game that they came out with. Well, obviously they're doing a bunch of Switch 2 editions of stuff. Yeah, they got NSO GameCube. I think Nintendo's doing a lot if you look at it, but it's not really a lot of anything specific. It's more of like a shotgun. Some people will call it like filler titles, and I think like you can't really say that some of these games are filler titles. You know, like Mario Kart's not a filler title, or Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's definitely not a filler title. But yeah, like the stuff on NSO, the third-party games, all these upgrade packs, that is total fillers. And I think Nintendo needs to take a different strategy as far as that goes. But yeah, for me, I don't know. I'd probably give it a solid. For me, I don't know. Like, for me, it was like an A, probably direct, just because Xenoblade. You know, like they could have shown any other slot, and they got a Xenoblade game in there, and that's honestly all I was waiting for the Switch 2, to be honest. But yeah, I'm interested in other games. I just think that like RPGs, it's gonna take a while to finish Xenoblade, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like a 100-hour game at least. So I don't know, like if you guys like all this stuff, you know, all the other third-party drops and all that stuff, I think it's cool. But you know, yeah, I mean, there's definitely some titles here that could use some you know, some help, you know, because yeah, it is a lot of filler. It is a lot of filler. I mean, what would be cool, like, for them to come out with on the Switch 2? You know, like what would make the console for you guys? Because that's kind of what I'm struggling to think about. They did come out with Metroid Prime 4 or whatever, which was kind of underwhelming. I think maybe that's why it was so forgettable, just because it was forgettable. What was it, like the Dragon Quest remake, Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm trying to do this on the fly. We're just hanging out, you know, we're just hanging out. But I think overall, for me personally, like it wasn't a terrible direct. It was just nothing crazy. Like, sorry y'all, I gotta edit that out. It's almost midnight. I think it probably is midnight here. And I go to work super early. I get up. I gotta go to work at 7 every day. So, but yeah, for me, Xenoblade, Ocarina of Time, Splatoon Raiders, Star Fox, right? We're forgetting about Star Fox as well. It is a remaster or whatever, remake. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing crazy. I think Genesis is probably like, and Raiders, those are probably the two standout games for me, to be honest. Or Fortune's Weave sounds cool too. So yeah, you got a new Fire Emblem game, a Xenoblade game coming out. You got Rhythm Heaven. You got Switch Sports. Like, I think you know, like I said, Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Metroid Prime 4. I think by 2027, there's going to be some worthy like titles for the Switch 2. But as of right now, since they're not out yet, you know, it's okay. So it's all right. But you know, they are going to increase the price soon. So I think if you do want to buy one, you know, now would probably be a good time to buy one. But yeah, guys, it's late. I'm probably gonna head out. But there was some more stuff that I could have talked about this direct. But I think we talked about it. We talked about it. You know, whatever you guys think. If you guys were to grade it and give me your reasons why, let me know down below. For me, it was I kept my expectations low, so I didn't overwhelm myself with hope. But I probably should have done that, because Xenoblade would have been awesome if I had been hoping for it and it came out. It would have been really cool. I think Happy Console Gamer has like his Lucky Metroid. I don't know what I should get, like a Monado of some sort. I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot of little Easter eggs in Genesis. There's a YouTuber called Enel. I would recommend his video. He did a very good breakdown of what is coming in Genesis, and even down to the names of people. Like, just, it was a great video. He does a good job, good editing, good sound. You know, you're not gonna get that from me, but yeah, I try to edit some stuff, you know, but I don't have an editor. It's just me doing all this stuff. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this direct. I think it wasn't without controversy, and I think this is what I think needs to get done. So, like, what's the solution, right? Like I said, what game would have to come out for you guys to really be like, yes, like, Nintendo, I'm coming back now. And I heard some really negative videos about this direct too, and all the reasonings as to why like the Nintendo apathy is real. And I think, like, we can't be so pessimistic all the time, but I think we have to have healthy pessimism, right? Because if you're always pessimistic, like these Nintendo doom and gloom channels that just talk smack about Nintendo all day long and just hate on it, I think you're being foolish about doing that. And I think you're not appreciating work that people do in life. And if you are belittling work or devaluing people's work, and it's in the form of entertainment, I just think that's a really bad combination for your life. I think you should try to, you know, get out of your freaking hole and, you know, get off your butt, you know, and like, get out of your funk, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Get out your funk. But do something, you know, do something. For me, the Switch 2, this console in itself also wasn't without controversy. So it's like, you get the console, the launch was a mess, you know, and then it was like, you got Mario Kart World, which was like fairly empty from what a lot of people said. Donkey Kong Bonanza, which was like a pretty quick game. Yeah, and then you didn't really have anything else. I mean, the roster for the Switch 2 has been like very empty. You know, there's been really nothing besides Metro Prime 4, obviously, and that was also like looked down upon. And I think maybe that's why people are kind of being pessimistic about it, just because the games weren't that great. Like, they were just okay. There were some good things about them, but I think, you know, it definitely wasn't like a Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 situation, Mario Odyssey from the Switch 1, and then this whole new hardware, and Nintendo was just in a different spot coming off the Wii U, and they started off fresh. You know, there was like really no Nintendo Switch Online, the Virtual Console was still alive. Yeah, I think since the Switch 2 already has the Nintendo Switch 2 already had a foundation from the Switch 1, and you're kind of carrying over from that into a Switch Pro, which is funny because a lot of people wanted a Switch Pro. But yeah, I mean, when you get a Switch Pro, it's like you're just getting another Switch, basically, just better. And I think that was a lot of people debated about that, about when the Switch 2 came out, there was really no innovative new features. And I think, you know, I kind of agree with that, you know, because there wasn't really a whole lot that they added on, and there was some problems with the hardware. I'll talk about that in my Switch 2 review. It's coming up, guys. It's coming up. And I think it's perfect timing for the year later, but the direct just happened. So yeah, leave your comments. Let's chat about everything. If you guys want to add anything on, there's obviously way too much. I mean, I didn't write like any sort of script or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm pretty excited about what's coming. But I think if you are comparing this to other Switch Directs, I think this one was just okay. And I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. I just think that, you know, it's nothing great. So, Furukawa, you guys need to deliver on your promise about coming out with stuff for the Switch 2. Because, yeah, this price increase, it's not looking good. But tell me what you guys think. If you guys have any prayer requests, drop them down in the comments, and I would love to pray for you guys. Yeah, God bless you guys. Quadruple G out.